Hi everyone, and welcome to the first module of the Global Education Cluster Core Coordination Training. This first module will focus on the fundamentals of coordination and the education cluster. By the end of this lesson video, you will be able to describe common challenges and benefit of coordination and the reasons behind the humanitarian reform and the cluster approach. First of all, a bit of background about humanitarian coordination. As you already know, when an emergency occurs, hundreds of organizations and thousands of individuals may participate in the response. Coordination is the act of making all these actors involved in a plan and work together in an organized way. What do you think are the common challenges where we do not have a coordination mechanism in place, or we have a very weak coordination mechanism in place during a humanitarian response? Due to the wide variety of humanitarian organization, expertise, and relationship involved in any large emergency response, confusion and duplication of efforts can cause real problems and weaken response efforts. In the past, organizations were doing what they felt was right, and often standards were not in place and outcomes for affected population were poor. It was also inefficient and overwhelming for local authorities. In the education sector, the common challenges were, for example, what is the Ministry of Education planning to do? What other education organizations are already doing here? Who is establishing different temporary classrooms in this area? When a humanitarian response requires the coordination of multiple actors working in multiple sectors, in this case education, a single coordination system can make the response more efficient. It helps deliver results to affected community that is timely and appropriate by ensuring better quality of the response, more transparent and accountable response, more predictable and timely response, and reducing waste and duplication of efforts and resources. The humanitarian reform in 2005 was established exactly to address these common coordination challenges in humanitarian responses. The main goal of the humanitarian reform was to improve the effectiveness of the humanitarian response through greater responsibility, accountability, predictability, and partnership. At the country level, the aim was to ensure a more coherent and effective response by mobilizing humanitarian actors to respond in a strategic way across all key sectors or areas of activity, each sector having a clearly designated lead agency nominated by the humanitarian coordinator and the humanitarian country team. The humanitarian reform established the cluster approach. Clusters are groups of humanitarian organizations, UN and non-UN, responding in each of the main sectors, requiring humanitarian action. They have clear responsibility for coordination, and the humanitarian coordinator manages the overall humanitarian response through the clusters. All 11 clusters have lead organizations, cluster lead agencies, which operate at the global level. Global level clusters are responsible for strengthening system-wide preparedness and coordinating technical capacity to respond to emergency in the respective sectors. Cluster should ensure the humanitarian activities are well coordinated and do not duplicate efforts while building national capacity. They also act as provider of last resort of the respective sector. The education cluster is the only cluster at global level to be led by a UN agency, UNICEF, and an international NGO, Save the Children. This presents challenges but also benefits. This unique co-leadership of the education cluster sends a clear message that humanitarian work can work best when based on partnership between UN and non-UN actors. UNICEF and Save the Children each engage a broader partnership, helping to make the education cluster a more inclusive forum for collaboration. Save the Children's strengths include their commitment to children participation and child safeguarding, and their ability to promote civil society engagement. UNICEF is also child-focused and its strengths are institutional, with strong relationship with Ministry of Education and the ability to promote scaling up responses.